Hello, Eagle Eye here, and today I'd like to speak on a very touchy subject. It is on the subject of abortion. Um, Recently I came across a news flash um, looking at protesters holding signs. I'll show it here. Came across Fox News in a recent thread, and the protesters, the women who are protesting pro-abortion, they're holding signs that you can obviously see here. That it's one thing with getting your opinion or your statement across, and it's another when your statement becomes um, off-putting. I'm going to even say offensive. I'm a little. I'm not even a little. I am offended. That yes, we as women we have a responsibility and a right over the decisions of our bodies, and I think it is a equal decision since the male partakes, the masculine partakes in the fertilization process of bringing forth a human being. I do believe men should have a say-so in this. There are not a lot of men that are speaking up on this, and there should. I believe that abortion is an easy gateway, an escapism for people who do not want to be responsible for their lower anatomies, who do not want to be responsible for the aftermath, which is caring for and taking full responsibility of an unborn child or of a soon to be child. Now, let's take a look at this. A lot of people, I'm going to say not a lot, excuse me. It's a very, I have to be careful. I'm trying to be careful with my words. Some people, some women, and some men use abortion as a form of birth control. They do not utilize, they do not take responsibility, the initiative to partake in medication that obviously prevents pregnancies. Now, everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Within that statement, I am not saying everybody is going to have an abortion. I am not saying everybody is going to make the mistake of choosing life or death when it comes to a child. Okay? Now, there should be stipulations on this. I find it outrage how some of these women are speaking on abortion unapologetically. We have to be upfront and personal about it, okay? Abortion is murder, okay? You're killing a seed with a stipulation, okay? Now, and a lot of people are not going to agree with the conversation in the tarot. It's going to be a tarot read as well, because I want to see how the creator feels about this. I would like to ostracize the fact that abortion should be for medical reasons. Two parts in this conversation. They have the pills and they have the actual physical extraction, physical surgery. Now, in the yolking, the early stages, the seeding, okay, they have pills. These pills basically uproot the egg that is attached to the uterus. It discharges life. Now, this can naturally happen in early stages and developments of women who are trying to conceive. They call that a miscarriage. Now, an induced miscarriage in the very early stages, I do not feel that it is offensive. That is taking responsibility for being careless or an actual mistake. Some people are a victim of rape. Okay? People can go to a party and pass out, and people carry on with sexual activities, and the person is oblivious or completely unaware, incoherent as to what's going on. A lot of things, a lot of circumstances happens in these situations that will call forth a pill mechanism. When it comes to surgery, I think it should be banned. And the reason I say this, if you're a woman, you should know when your cycle occurs. Approximately an expectancy. That's just automatic. And if you're not paying attention to your body, that's a big red flag. Men should probably not be screwing you if you don't have an expectancy or an actual date, time frame. You don't have a schedule, you don't know your calendar, if you just don't know, then that's a red flag. It's very careless. A lot of women should be aware of when they ovulate. They have kits for that. Okay? Some women know their body, they don't need a kit. They know when they're ovulating. Okay? Their body shows them signs, they feel it, they know. Okay? Now, if you miss your period, there's a strong indication that either something is medically wrong or you are pregnant. It's one or the other. So within a 30-day time frame, if you don't get your period in the seeding process, you should be running to a doctor. You are responsible. You're right. Your body, your life, blah, blah, blah. You're right. You should be running to a doctor. Waiting 4 months down the line, 5, 6, and all that. And then want somebody to help you chop up a baby and get rid of it. You're psycho at that point. Okay? What are you waiting for? And I'm not going to put this solely on women, because the men are adversely responsible too. Delaying processes. Waiting. You got the woman waiting. You're not properly communicating. You're wishy-washy. Too busy with other women. Putting this issue off. Not being upfront. Miscommunication. Or blatantly lying. And then people get halfway down the line. They're like, I'm not about to be living with a lifetime of drama and financial abuse because this man is showing me that he's 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Men should not be playing with these seeding stages either. Either it is or it isn't. Okay? Now, there are other very unnatural things that may occur during pregnancy, such as children being born with abnormalities and Down syndrome. We're talking about serious medical conditions here. That's a very touchy subject. It is lifelong, and I'm not sure how developed the abortion surgeries are these days. Is the baby fully inebriated, unconscious when they decide to carry out these full terminations? That's a very good question. I'm not a doctor, and I don't have a degree in abortion, so that's pretty tough. PhD. I'm not a doctor. I don't have a PhD to be able to tell you the reactions, the aftermath. But I would hope that the babies are unconscious, fully unconscious, going throughout the abortion process, to where there is no form of intentional pain. Okay? I've seen pictures. I did my research before, because I think everybody should be aware of what is medically what I think everybody should be aware of medical surgeries that pertains to the reproductive system that are readily available. What is this? How does it occur? Okay, people should be in the know. It's simple as 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, there's going to be there's going to be stipulations let's get back to the pills. There's probably going to be stipulation with the pills. See, things become a problem when they get into the hands of the wrong people. If they legalize the pills to make it over the counter, that's a problem. That means people can still use these pills later on down the line, and the baby is, they want to, people abuse the privilege. We all know that. And people can wait 6, 7, 8 months and then be trying to take them pills. So they should not be over the counter. And they need, if they need an emergency pill, they need to continue to go to the Planned Parenthood clinic or wherever. If they want it available at the doctor's office, then you got to be careful with the black market doctors. Selling the pills, it can become an issue. So at these facilities and locations where they have this medication, they probably should keep it there. The pregnancies need to continue to be verified. They need to be able to do ultrasounds, immediate ultrasounds. If you come in for an abortion pill, we need to be able to give you a urine analysis to check to see if you're pregnant. Then we need we're going to perform an ultrasound to verify that it's in the seeding process. Now, I do believe that multiple abortions that probably need to be held. People need to start paying fines to be held criminally responsible. I'm just going to be honest. Yes, because if you coming in every year, okay, every year for the past 3, 5 years, hell, 10 years. Why do we see you every year? We know you. We know everything about you. Every year? Hell, maybe even twice, 3 times a year. Some people, okay, have a real issue with this. Now, if I think they need to stipulate, if they're seeing people on multiple occasions, multiple, to where it's obvious that someone is reckless, then they need to go ahead and put somebody on a special plan. Yeah, there's universal confirmation. If you don't have any control of your body like you say you do, then maybe somebody needs to take responsibility over your body. So you need to be put on a special plan. Because I'm sorry. If you're using it if you're not on any, you need to be injected. Okay. You probably need what do you call that? Whatever that shot is called. Okay. I'm practicing celibacy. Okay. I think I'm going on 2 years now. I can't even believe it. Time is flying pretty quickly here. Anyways, you probably need to get that birth control shot. I can't think of it right now. It's very early in the morning. My brain doesn't work too well early in the morning or late at night. Got to catch me midday. But yeah. So yeah, you probably, and then if you're not going to your appointment, they need to get you a social worker to where they can start coming to your house and giving you the injection, because they need to be able to locate you and find you so you don't keep coming up irresponsible. Okay, so I think some people need to be assigned social workers if they keep having children, multiple abortions, every year, okay, to where it's like it's becoming a problem multiple times every year and things like that. These type of cases, we're talking about severe cases, people who are using this as a form of abortion. Now, why would there be a need for abortion if people are being responsible with their bodies? What I don't understand is, why are women so gung-ho about abortion, but they're not protesting for women to be more responsible with their bodies? Practice celibacy. Practice abstinence. Okay? Practice all the things that you can do to not get pregnant. Wear a condom. If you really don't want to get pregnant, you wear a condom. Females, they got female condoms. You can wear one, your man can wear one, anything. Why are we so gung-ho about abortions? Okay? So, when you can simply just close your legs, period. That alleviates a whole lot of unwanted pregnancies, unplanned pregnancies, and financial crisis. Just close your legs. And all this being unapologetic, I don't think the creator is happy with that. That's very egotistical. I think people need to be careful of what they say. I think pride is sometimes people's greatest downfall. They think being prideful is egotistical, and and then saying, being humble is weakness. No, it says it's okay to be meek. And just because it's in the dictionary doesn't mean it's hypothetically or formally politically correct. There's multiple meanings behind words. A definition is only a definition provided by one source. Just like you have many words with multiple, like there. You have 3 theres. There. And they all have different meanings. So, being humble about this will probably be necessary. Doesn't mean being that means you, let me explain to you what humble is. Humble is, I am aware. I have the benefit and the ability to be prideful. But I'm not going to showcase my pride because that's not going to get me anywhere. So instead, I'm going to humble myself and show a form of meekness, which is a form of equal respect. Not a form of degradation. I think people who are prideful think that being prideful about this is a showcase of strength. It's really not. The most prideful people have the greatest fall. The most prideful people think they know so much that they overlook the small details which are vital. And I think women need to consider that, yeah, you protesting your body, but these babies, they not asking to come into this world. They not asking, for none of this. And people should probably consider, they should probably consider their spirituality. Are they growing? Because I feel like this is more on a physical level rather than spiritual. People are leaving the spiritual nature out of the equation. There is an actual spirit inside of you. I will acknowledge that the wild will eat its newborn or its youngin if it cannot provide, if it cannot bring forth a source of meal or nurturing. If it has no safe haven, it will leave the newborn behind, completely abandon it. It has nothing to offer. Or they may simply eat their younging, putting the younging out of misery. Okay? That's death and rebirth, or rebirth and death. That's what the wild does. If it's a dangerous environment and the mother or the father feel like they can't protect, they will abandon. It happens. It is nature. But if it can be prevented, why aren't measures being taken? Go get the shot. If you don't like shots and medication and pills, stop having sex. Period. That's the solution. Stop. I think people are refusing to take responsibility for their own physical activity and nature. And I feel like the foundation is spirituality. People need to grow up. People are refusing to grow up and change, and instead they are choosing to harm unnecessarily unborn babies who are having to pay the price for a fun night out on the town or for frivolous relationships. Sacrificing, unnecessary sacrificing. Why? I think people should probably ask there should probably be like a mental study on the women that are protesting this. Why? Is the law completely obliviating and abolishing any form of abortion? Are you taking the right away from? And I don't understand how this could be. How can they not provide the pills for the early term? I mean, the first month in the seeding process, first couple of weeks. I mean, I don't understand that. And you say we're facing a food crisis. So yeah, women are probably going to go hysterical. She's like, hey, if I make a mistake, something happens, I'm not about to be. You trying to have me what? So none of this is making sense. And then they're saying there's a shortage on milk, baby milk, formulas, food crisis, formula shortage. And you're trying to take abortion. So yeah, women are probably going to lose their minds. So I think it needs to be stipulated and heavily protected. Okay. Yeah, it should be it should be an extreme medical necessity. Okay, and not just a free ride of of um, unnecessary sacrificing. So I provided my opinion. Actually, I don't need to do a reading. It is what it is. It's very evident, and people should be able to read between the lines in what I'm saying. Grow up, know your bodies, and stop using Planned Parenthood as an excuse as to why you don't have any control over your lower anatomy. If your lower anatomy has more mental intelligence than your brain, then maybe you need to question your spiritual growth. You all take care.